Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, one of my favorite things to always look at is how paint dries on paint. It's I'm using, this is a bright yellow, and then I'm using basically the same background color in this, and kind of mixing it in there. I'm fascinated by how colors do what they do, and how things kind of mix in and do shading and different things. And so what I'm doing with this is, I'm about to sneeze. I'm losing my brush, the bristles from my brush. I'm making this kind of like the branch, the tree, and then I'm going to put a bird in there, or so I think. So, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm painting outside. I have a gnat that wants to come join the party, and it's driving me crazy. Ooh, and I got the sneeze. The banana gnat. Oh, he's about to make a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But anyway, so I always like to see what happens, and I don't know. Ooh, I'm gonna go back in and kind of make a little more. Ooh, I have the sneeze. There it is. I knew it was coming. Oh, I knew it was coming. The allergies have been fierce. I think I'm done now, but I'm just kind of like tapering some of the color in there, and I wanted to do something bright and obnoxious, I guess, maybe. Oh, I put a color on there that I didn't even realize I put on. But I want to kind of just trying some different like techniques, and the only way to really explore is to do. And so sometimes I get very stuck in what I'm trying to accomplish and not like really pushing myself to explore different paint options and different ways to paint. And so I get stuck waiting for myself to figure out how to do something, and I wanted to do something besides the bouquets that I usually do, and it almost looks like a big sunflower or a carnation flower or something right now. I feel like I scratched myself the other night. You know how you're sleeping, you don't even realize it. Since I've had cancer, my fingernails, they have cracked a lot, really well. It's healing now, but they've cracked way down, and I've been putting some I'm gonna tell you when I can think of it, like fingernail polish stuff on it, like hardener, and I've been taking like some different supplements, like nail supplements and things like that, because it's just been really, really hard. I didn't want to go all the way up there with the blue, but that's okay. And so this nail especially, and a couple of the other ones, they get, even if I file them, they get really rough. And the other night, I must have in my sleep scratched I've got scratch marks on both my arms. One of my left arm is worse than my right arm. So in my night, I must have scratched it. Okay. So Owen had a hard night on Sunday, a very, very hard night on Sunday. And then last night was so much better. He slept, and he didn't wake up this morning until right around 5:15, something like that. And so I was very, 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 very thankful for the sleep, because I don't I don't sleep that much, but you know, when he gets going, he was screaming a lot on Saturday night, Sunday day. It's hard, and it's very emotional when he can't process and get through a lot of those moments. And you know, screaming at 2:00 in the morning noise carries, and it feels even louder than it is. And it just breaks my heart that he can't process it. He can't process the moments and stuff. And he wanted to go to church, and church is not open at 2:00 in the morning. I mean, emergency things, of course, they're gonna do stuff, but it's not something that generally happens, that they're there at 2:00 in the morning for service. But for him, it's so hard for him to process that, and he just can't get past some of those moments, and so I was trying to get him to understand that just because he wants to go to church doesn't mean that it's time for church. And as much as he understands about time, it's like it stands still, because he doesn't always get it, that he's got to wait. So he was not ready to settle down. And even though I kept saying, if you go to bed right now, we will get to go to church when church is open, but we don't get to go to church right now because church is not open. And the more that I tried to get him to understand that he had to go to his room, the more he screamed. And I kept trying to explain to him that he has his tablet. He does not need me to be awake. What he needs me to be is asleep. Because me being screamed at every 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the moment, was not going to help him any way, shape, or form to be able to go to church. But he just kept screaming. He kept screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. And the more that I tried to get him to not scream, the more he screamed. And it's so hard because I was sitting there agreeing with him that he was going to get to go to church, and he is struggling with it all. And so there's this line of like, what do you do when I'm attempting to get him to realize that we're going to church, we just can't go at 2 o'clock in the morning, that he wouldn't stop. So it's just, it's hard. And yesterday was my birthday, which is Mother's Day and my birthday, and I understand his limitations. I understand his expectations. I understand that we don't get to always make our rules or, get to do what we want to do. And I understand that he's just starting to connect with holidays and the emotions of holidays. And he wished me a happy Mother's Day today, and he couldn't process it yesterday, and so I get it. I totally and completely get it. But that doesn't make it any easier at 2 o'clock in the morning when my sweet, amazing child is screaming his lungs out because we can't do something for hours. And the thing about it is, in the grand scheme of things, if any type of situation where the only thing that was going to ever settle my child was to go to my church, or if I needed help at any point, my church would be right there for us. So it's not a matter of I can't go to church like at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, oh, bye-bye, pen. I mean, brush. I dropped it on the floor. It's one I really needed, but that's okay. It's just, without sleep, I need to be asleep. I need to be asleep. So, there you go. But today was a much better day. It was a much better day. He slept. He was able to kind of comprehend everything, and he had a good day at school, his teacher said, and he had a good day with music therapy, and he had a pretty okay day with his vision doctor. He had a few moments, but he, compared to where we've been over the last month, 3 months, 10 months, I don't even know what it is at this point, he did really, really well. And so I'm excited about that. And, you know, it was much better for him to be able to deal with him. So, okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so I wanted something bright, something different, something a little more, I don't know. He looks a little mad though, doesn't he? The brush I wanted is now on the floor, and I need to get my new glasses because I'm looking at my other brushes and I'm like, I can't. Those just aren't gonna work. But he looks a little mad. Wish I could make him a little happier, but he just looks mad. I feel like maybe it's his eye. He needs a little happier eye. Or maybe he needs a little tough on his head. I like putting little tufts on their heads. So, I'm gonna put little. I feel like he's mad. He's just mad looking. Oh, there's the Nazi. Maybe his tail. Well, he doesn't look quite as mad as he did, I suppose. Probably has too big of a beak. That's probably what it is. There. There, it's not as prominent maybe now. I'm trying to, it almost looks like a rooster bird, but not a rooster. Trying to make things a little more realistic, even though this is not realistic at all, but kind of looking at it like that. So, anyways, hopefully my boy sleeps tonight and we can have a great day tomorrow. I sign O for Owen, and then L and B. I go for my 3rd out of 11 infusions, and so tomorrow's a full day with test and doctor visits and then my infusion, so I'll be there for quite some time tomorrow, and cranking them down. It's cranking them down. So, all right, thank you so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.